Remote reality, yeah, that's the key. Unlocking stories wild and free. With the host, side by side. Channel surfers, let's ride.
Welcome to Remote Reality. This is Lauren.
And this is Mama C.
And we are here to watch Big Brother Season 27. This is our third veto ceremony. What's going to happen? Are we going to have a big weenie roast with more weenie moves? Or are we going to see some actual plays tonight? Well, we're going to find out.
Grab some popcorn.
Grab some popcorn. We almost missed this. I was off my Monjaro shot for a few weeks and got my prescription back, and I've basically slept all day. Dee even told me earlier, she goes, Lauren, you need to sleep. You got to be up to record. So at 7:47, I think, Mama C calls me and wakes me up from my sleep, and she's like, come on, we got to go record this. I've had a little bit of nausea, sleepiness, but I got these pressure point bands, like Acupressure. So that's supposed to relieve nausea, and it's really helped. There's also some spots on your knee that's supposed to help with energy, which I've marked with a permanent marker, so I know where to press for energy. I'll have to show you, Mama C.
I don't need it.
I do. All right. Well, here we go. Big Brother, second veto comp. Let's watch. So while all the big targets are at summer camp having the time of their lives, Will is on the block again, and everybody's telling him not to worry. Ava, Ashley, Mickey. Mickey is saying, I could have used my HOH this week, but I'm going to save it for when I really need it, which just goes to show he is expendable in everybody's game. That's why he's on the block.
And he's not happy.
I wouldn't be happy either.
And he's right. He was telling Lauren, why are you apologizing to me? There's no need to apologize. And then, in the diary, he's like, you stop playing this game of, he called it a scared ass game, and that's what she's playing. She's afraid to
Mama
nominate
C, in your
people.
words.
I know. I didn't want to say it. Even when I wrote it in my note, I put scared a blank blank.
Should I mute it
but
out
I didn't
and
know
edit?
how else to say it. He said it so well.
He
He said
did.
it so well.
Lauren is playing Jimmy's game. Jimmy's weenie game. It's not like she's even taking a page out of a good playbook. It's like ripping a page out of Tickle Me Elmo. This is ridiculous. And I think everybody was pretty much saying last week that she was going to do this. She's just going to play someone else's game. They thought it was going to be Kat's. Didn't see it being Jimmy's. Me neither. And yeah, that's crazy. When she's apologizing to Will.
And she's saying, 250% you're not going home. Well, okay, let's say Keanu wins the veto. He takes himself off. She puts somebody else up. And then somebody else wins the block. And then who do you have? You might have Will and you have somebody else. And then they're like, okay, well, let's get rid of Will because we...
But also she wants to win the veto. So what if she wins the veto and then she just went to Will and said, oh, you really don't belong on the block? He's going to be looking at her with that veto saying, well, you're going to use it on me, right? She shouldn't apologize for it. That was a dumb move.
And Will said, yeah, you're right.
By the way.
She meant it.
I was able to find us weenie whistles. They should be here by the time you come next week. Yeah. I've got
cool.
2 on the way. I got them on Etsy. Anybody who's looking for a weenie whistle to watch their Weenie Big Brother season. Maybe you should just grill out some weenies or something. I don't know. The summer of weenies. So Mickey, Morgan, Ava, and Jimmy are in the HOH room. They're just girl talking. Mickey says to Ava, who would be your Big Brother 27 showman? Mama, would you have a Big Brother 27 showman? Mama C?
No, I wouldn't. And
she's never having another husband again. My dad's been enough.
Look, all those young people, I can't even relate to them. Their conversations, I mean, I'm telling you, if Will was up there, he would be rolling his eyes too.
So Will would be your Big Brother showman?
No, we'd just be besties. Well, I'm not going to even ask you. Are you going to say who yours would be? I don't know. I don't understand why Zach is too clean. What in the world does that mean?
Well, Mom,
they want a bad boy?
No, I mean, probably just like, maybe he just like cleans up a lot. Like I couldn't be with somebody who's too clean. They would dump me so fast.
I'm sorry.
It would be like, bye. Yeah, no, that
Let me
one
see.
wasn't for
Has
me
your
either.
garage been cleaned out
Kylie,
today?
they said was
Has your garage?
Kylie, has my garage been clean today? Okay, yes, my husband, but he
Yes.
still can tolerate a mess because he's married to me.
Okay.
So
That's true.
Riley is too loud. Adrian is calm, but too calm. Vinny is meh, makes that face. Meh. So Rachel is the only person that Ava finds attractive. She says she's not mama, she's mother, which kind of felt a little cultish. Felt like a cult. Say,
But you know what? She really couldn't answer. She couldn't really answer honestly because she's got a boyfriend.
I've
She's
got a
just a good
husband. I can
girl.
answer honestly. I guess I'm a bad girl.
Okay, whatever.
I think Jimmy is the cutest, but maybe Keanu. He's cute. He's a big nerd.
Yes, but everybody is like after him. So
Well,
they wouldn't want a
then my
showmance
love
with
could
somebody
save
they're
him.
trying to kick out.
My love could save
Yeah.
Keanu. Yeah, no, I'm too lazy to be in a showmance. That's too much work. So Kelly is talking to Lauren in the HOH, and I think they're being pretty friendly. But then Kelly says Lauren's going to owe me big time. Now, what do you think about her putting herself up for nominations 3 weeks in a row? Kelly, just, hey, throw me on the block 3 weeks in a row.
Well, I told you when she did it the first time, it was just going to be a continuous thing because everybody was going to feel safe putting her up on the block.
You absolutely called it. So it's really not the big risk that she's trying to make it out to be. I think she's trying to prepare her speech for if somebody brings them on their coattails to the final two, her big speech for why she should win. Well, I took a big risk and I was nominated the first 3 weeks. Okay.
Okay, and then Lauren says to Kelly, I don't want you to be on the block. Well, she said the same thing to Will. So, like,
So
too
you really
bad you
better
have to
not
put
win
3 people
Veto
up.
now.
You know what? I'm hoping that Keanu wins Veto now because I want to see what happens, what she does.
Yeah, I want to see more of Keanu. He's cute. Okay, and then Lauren says that we're here to break the rules. What rules is she breaking? She's playing like a classic floater game. Doesn't have a big alliance. Has her like one person. It's going to do whatever the strong players tell her to do. If I had my weenie whistle, we would be going. So Rachel puts on her grandma shirt, which I love. It doesn't look like anything my grandmother would wear. But then Jimmy says, well, why don't we go show up to the house and have them vote? So he holds up a blanket so she can change into some bottoms. I was not expecting a long, close to the leg gold skirt. That was so wrong with that outfit. I would have taken that shirt and put on some high-waisted, cut-off jeans and maybe did a front tuck. She's just styling it wrong. Now, she said she wore it back on her talk show in 2014. That was 12 years ago.
That was 12 years ago, and it sounds like something that we'd find in my closet because that's how old my clothes are. Maybe even older.
I can't wear anything I wore 12 years ago because I gained 100 pounds with my son 4 years ago. Nothing from 12 years ago fits right now. Still working on it. Yes,
but
so Channel Surfers, what do you think about Rachel's vintage grandma shirt? Drop it in the comments. Now, Will says Ashley's like one of the boys. She's smart, but she's only smart in some ways. She doesn't know who Clark Kent is.
That's okay. There are people who are book smart. And then, then there are people who sit around and binge watch movies and TV all day.
I was going to say I'm probably one of the book smart people because I never know who like bands are or famous people. So bad.
But you know who Clark Kent is.
Yeah. But she's a lot younger too. She probably grew up in an age where she could choose what to watch, whereas I was stuck watching Smallville because that's what was on. I was bored, didn't have a cell phone to go to. Now, Adrian, he's having a conversation with Keanu. Keanu's trying to pick somebody up to help him play Veto because he doesn't have that special power anymore. Now he's got to be nice to somebody in the house. But Adrian isn't going to be that guy because he just wants to roll over and not make anybody mad. This game is such a weenie move. Not that he wants to align himself with Adrian, though, but just be real about it.
Well, Adrian again said he was afraid. And I kind of
He
don't
said that.
blame them, but I mean, they're all playing this being afraid game.
He said that in the diary room. He didn't say it to Keanu's face. He should have said, "Look,
Well, I
man,
thought he
you
did.
have made yourself a huge target. You told every one of us that you were coming to pick us off. It's not going to be good for my game to use the veto on you. Plain and simple."
Yeah, but if they have a understanding or they're working together, then you better save him because once he's gone, who are you going to work with?
I don't think they have an understanding. I don't think they're working
Mm.
together.
Well,
Keanu's
I
just
don't
trying to
know. That's what
be a
Keanu
player.
said.
Now, Zach, Will, Ashley, and Morgan, they're getting ready for bed. And they're saying that Zach looks like Clark Kent. He does look like Clark Kent. He does look like
He does.
Superman.
Yeah, he could. Maybe there'll
But
be a role for
such-
him after Big Brother.
Zach is such a simp. Zach, as Vince puts it, Zach has a crush on Lauren. Lauren just wants to play the game, and Morgan has a crush on Zach. So we've got this love triangle. Now, Zach, he wants to work with Morgan. He realizes she's very intelligent, but he wants to create some distance because he doesn't want to lead her on. But he's afraid if he creates distance, then he's going to lose her as an ally. Whereas Lauren, he says he's having great conversations with her. All we see is them talking about drinking. Pretty boring looking conversations. Like they're not smiling, they're not laughing. When you see him talking to Morgan, they're both smiling, they're both laughing. Lauren, it's like he's pulling teeth, but he says, "Oh, she's just being shy." What does he like about Lauren? I think he just thinks she's really cute, but Morgan's really cute too, and she's got a personality.
She's cute. Yes. But I guess it's that she's cute and she's like a little Southern girl, and Morgan is a little bit more like maybe uptown New York, or, I don't know. And maybe he's just more attracted to a gentler person. But
He
he
doesn't want
needs
a
to get
strong
past
woman
that
unless
because,
for his game.
but I think, Morgan would be more of his type.
I agree. Zach, you're a simp. You have already got yourself into a pickle in this game, and it has to do with girls. Your friends called it. Now, Vince, I think he's playing pretty smart here. He is basically making everybody believe that if he won veto, he would use it how they want him to use it. So, Kelly, yeah, I would take you off. Hey, Vince, Vince would say, "Hey, Keanu, I'm the actual house guest that would consider taking you down. Hey, Lauren, I don't know how I feel about it. I want to keep your nominations the same." So he's hoping he doesn't get picked for veto, but honestly, he could just throw it if he did get picked and still have everyone feel like he fought hard for them.
That's true.
So it's pretty smart. Keanu, they're not going to believe what he says. I guess if Lauren and Kelly kind of talked, that might be the only way he gets busted. But Lauren would say, well, he wasn't sure what to do with it if he won it. And he would say, "Oh, yeah, it was just making sure it was okay with the HOH, just trying to smooth things over." So I think it's a pretty clever game he's playing.
Yep.
So we're going to pick the veto players, and we come in seeing a montage of Kelly, Keanu, and Lauren saying they hope that Vince gets picked, which was pretty funny. Turns out he also made a promise to Will that he would take Will off the block. So Vince, he is playing that Rachel Riley game. She said, "Whoever invites you to an alliance, take it." He's like, "Whoever needs protection, promise it." I think it's pretty smart.
He's got it easy. You just throw the competition.
Exactly.
Unless it's one of those
it's exciting for us.
Look, unless it's one of those competitions like where they go and you have to hide things in the house, and then somebody has to go in and find it, or you just don't, you're doing it by yourself and you don't know how long the other people are taking.
Yeah.
I mean
he could probably
he could do it for 15 minutes and then everybody else takes 20 or 30. I mean,
he's probably the strongest now. Now I think Will's going to come out on this. I hope that Ashley wins, because if Ashley can take Will off the block, then Lauren, you're going to have to play a game that's not a weenie game, and you're actually going to have to put somebody up. So I'm pulling for Ashley, because then she won't be able to go up. She can take Will down, and Lauren will have to play the game.
Yes, that's what I want to see too. Let's get this game going.
Now, before we watch the part where we see who wins the veto, let's talk about the veto competition. They're not just playing for veto. They're playing to see Bad Guys 2. I didn't see or hear about Bad Guys 1, but it looks cute. I think Jake might enjoy it. Now, they basically have to go through this like bank heist scenario. They've got green lasers. They have to avoid tripping the alarm. They have to get the McGuffite crystal. Am I saying that right? Because I don't know if any of them were.
They didn't even know. They didn't even know.
And then carry it back to the elevator where they first get off of the elevator. Now, based on this competition, who do you think is going to win based on what we saw from the edit?
Based on the edit, I was thinking Ashley.
I was thinking the same thing. Ashley, and I think she will be close with Keanu and Lauren. As I'm watching it, though, I'm thinking Will should be good at this. He's doing that crawl on his elbows, which I know they do that in the military, where they crawl on their elbows. Vince was hilarious. He was playing Rochambeau with the statues, rock, paper, scissors, just trying to kill time. And then he gets to the end of it and he starts doing all of these like karate martial art moves with the button. Like, when should I hit it? And he knows exactly what we said before this started. You said if this is a timer thing, it's not going to be great for him because he can't make it look like he throws it bad. And he knows the game. He says the same thing. So let's see what happens. So I think we called it all pretty close. Now, Vince did what he was supposed to do. He came in third with a time of 10 minutes and 1 second, which he's like, all right, so it doesn't look like I threw it because I came in third, but I didn't win. So mission accomplished. Lauren came in second with 7 minutes and 22 seconds, which that's quite a large gap from the 10 minutes, but still, Vince is third. Now, with a time of 6 minutes and 54 seconds, we already know that no matter what, Lauren's going to have to put someone on the block.
Right.
It's Keanu. Keanu wins. So he maneuvered that big body and that big crystal through that maze and made it out the veto winner.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited because now we're going to have to see some real gameplay. I hope.
Oh, no. Well, I think Ashley's going to go on the block. Let me just take a stab at this.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I agree.
No real gameplay this
Right.
week, I fear, but we will see. So Will and Morgan and Mickey, they're talking. They say, Ashley, you're going up. And then Ava comes up and she says, hey, can I sit here? And then she sits down on the hammock and knocks a bowl of popcorn out of Mickey's hands and it breaks. It was just very funny. I just love Ava. She's such a goof. Adrian is worried he's the target, and Lauren confirms this when she's talking in the diary room that Adrian and Ashley are her two considerations. And she's having a heart-to-heart with her number one, Vince, who, again, is also Kelly's number one. She doesn't know that. And Vince is saying, yeah, it's going to be best for my game for us to get rid of Ashley, because Ashley said she was going to get rid of me week 1, which she didn't. He was telling her, you could win one day and put me up. And she goes, I know that. That was her saying she was going to get him out. That was like him saying you could get me out and her saying, yeah, I realize that. I don't know. I think he is stretching whatever he needs to stretch to make sure he's safe in this house. So then Rachel, we heard her last week say she's going to play this game. She goes upstairs and she says, Lauren, you don't need somebody who's unemployed in their 30s to tell you how to play this game. Vince. Now, Lauren, she goes straight to Vince. Vince, Rachel, she's gunning for you. So, Channel Surfers, Mama C, what do you think? Is Vince going to change his nominations this week since he's clearly playing HOH, but just using Lauren as a puppet?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they put up Rachel.
Time for a big move.
But you know what? This is the thing. This Hotel Mystere is really good because everybody is afraid. Everybody. I mean, they even said that he's afraid of Rachel. He's afraid, and all the HOHs are afraid of putting other people up, the big targets. I mean, come on, people.
So mystery is causing them fear.
The
They can't
Hotel
deal with the
Mystere.
unknown.
That's right. They just, maybe it's the mastermind.
We've got
who is
fear
getting
in
in
the
there.
Hotel Mystere. Maybe they should have called it Hotel Fear.
Yep.
Fear. So Keanu gets to pick the lucky house guest to go see Bad Guys 2 with him. Now, when they went outside, there was this car. Do you remember an HOH competition, but it was like a blue car and they were all lifted into the air?
I remember one where they had to all get into a car and sit there. And I think whoever was the last one maybe won the car or something like that. And it was one of the first
movie
competitions, but
yes, I don't know. It was definitely a throwback to some other competitions. Channel surfers, if you know which ones we're talking about, just tell us in the comments. But he picked Jimmy, Rachel, and Ava. I knew Ava would get picked.
oh my gosh, he picked the fun crew because everybody else would have just been boring. Everybody he picked was fun. But I have to tell you, they all sat on the HOH bed, and I could not sit like that for 2 hours with Ava right in front of me.
My back hurts.
I don't know.
At it.
Maybe that was just part of the editing. I don't know. Oh, and
now,
then the
what
snacks.
if he chose Zach, Morgan, and Lauren? See what happens with a little love triangle.
Oh.
What were you going to say?
But then the snacks, they said, oh, take the snacks in. And I was like, that's all they're getting? What a ripoff. And then they go into the HOH room and it is stacked with candy and all that other stuff.
That's all they're getting. That was a ton of food. I wonder if they get to
what
take
do you mean? The popcorn, the popcorn was like you would get in the movie theater.
Okay, you know what?
Especially when you buy the big one. Look, especially when you buy the big one and you get free.
A handful of grapes.
Stop talking. Stop talking over me. I have something important to say. When you go into the movie theater and you buy the big
tub
bowl of it, and then you can come back and get free refills. That was puny, believe me, what they gave them.
You get the big bowl and you get refills?
You can, and sometimes, or at least you used to. I don't know. I haven't been to the movies much.
Have you ever gotten the big bowl and gotten the refills?
Yeah, because your daddy eats it, and then I go get it some more.
Oh, just blame dad. Rob and Jake and I went to see his first movie, The Smurfs, the other day, and we got a big thing of no, it was exactly what I thought. He was having trouble staying still, but we sat in the back, which would probably anyway. So Keanu's hoping to gain a little bit of a repertoire with Jimmy and Rachel and just Ava. She's just fun. And the theme of this movie is don't judge a book by its cover, which tends to work out pretty well. I thought it was so funny. Keanu goes, see, I'm not such a bad guy. It's also really neat to see Rachel's evolution through Big Brother. Here she is now, and I guess the third time she's playing Big Brother, giving a shout out to Brendan, saying, go take the kids to the theaters. We went from single wild Rachel to family Rachel. It's just kind of neat to see her grow.
Yeah.
That was a special moment. So since we know Lauren's not going to play her own game, Mickey goes upstairs into the HOH and she says, you know what? If you put up Ashley, you're going to make the girls mad. That's the thing about Big Brother. You don't know who you're going to piss off necessarily. So you got to think about it. The girls, they could come after you for the Ashley nom. However, if you put up Adrian, who's going to be mad? Him? Okay. So just something to think about. And sure enough, we get to the veto ceremony. Keanu takes himself off the block and Lauren throws up Adrian. I think Will said it best at the end of this episode. This is boring. This is a boring nomination. Look, you didn't just have to choose between Adrian and Ashley because they've been put up on the block as pawns before. Like, pick an actual target. You don't have to pick someone that's already gone up. And we still have the Big Brother blockbuster. Will's plan, get himself off the block. Unfortunately, Will, I think that's just going to result in Ashley going up because she's not going to make a big move. The person that's going to make a big move, she doesn't put anybody up.
She won't go up. No.
That's right. Sorry, I didn't see it last year, so I'm still getting used to this new twist. But
this is the thing. If you put up right at the beginning, put up 3 people that you don't mind seeing leave the house. Don't put up Will. Don't put up Kelly if you want to see them stay there. Put up Ashley, put up Keanu, and then put up a third person. Then one of your people will go.
Right.
I mean, it's
Well,
just all boring.
I don't think they've quite figured out the BB Blockbuster yet, because you're right. This 2 pawns makes sense if you're doing a backdoor situation, but you don't have that option anymore. You need to always have strong players up there. I think this is Big Brother trying to shake it up, shake some sense into these kids. Like, let's play the dang game, which is what Will says. He says, get your popcorn ready. Get your popcorn ready. Will is going to win this BB Blockbuster, and he's coming for somebody. It's not going to be Rachel. He's teamed up with Rachel. I think he's coming for Vince. I think he's coming for Zach. What do you think?
Well, I mean, he could come from a lot of people. Who put him up? Jimmy put him up, and Lawrence put him up, and then the people who are connected to those people. I don't know.
I want him to go up and say, look, all of you people have been put up as pawns. I am protecting you this week. He can form himself a little alliance out of the pawns and just throw up other players. You are also,
Well,
if you've been on the block, you have served your time. I'm not putting people on the block who have been up. Jimmy, go pop a squat. Rachel, well, that's his ally. Lauren, go pop a squat. Kat, go pop a squat. There you go.
Well, and I don't know. Maybe it was because I did watch Friday night Big Brother Unblocked, and it was really good. And I mean, they pretty much said what we've been saying, but they did it in a very entertaining way, in a very creative way.
But great minds think alike.
But and it may have been there, but somewhere I got the feeling that somebody had said that they're playing a new Big Brother. Like, they don't want to hurt feelings. They don't want to, stir the pot or anything like that. And that just equals boring.
This is Big Brother, y'all. Get out there and play. All right, channel surfers. Well, thanks for listening. Tomorrow night, we have the live eviction and the BB Blockbuster. Grab your popcorn, because Will's going to win this one. Let's send all those good vibes out there for that. We will see you tomorrow night. Make sure that you like and subscribe, follow. We just reached 100 followers on TikTok. Yay! That was my first goal for the TikToks, was the 100 followers. But make sure you're liking, subscribing, doing all the things to help people send what Mama C says is our boring content. Put it in their algorithm.
No.
We're not exciting as Derek, okay? Which actually, he has a true which is pretty good.
But they spend thousands of dollars on their writing and stuff. We don't. We just
know what I've spent on all this podcast equipment. Okay. We love you, channel surfers. Bye.